Hi everybody, my name's Nicole and today I'm here to give you a bit of a guide in buying your first step-in shoe, and hopefully you can use this guide to find the perfect sneaker for you. So let's get started. So I'm here on that app and there are so many to choose from, it's pretty hard to know which is the right one, and you're probably going to end up looking through quite a few before reaching that decision. But don't worry, that's why I'm here. So firstly, you want to be looking at whether or not you want a walker, jogger, runner, or trainer. So obviously with a walker, you're looking at walking between 1 to 6 kilometers per hour, which I didn't actually know how fast I walk, but that is far too slow for me personally. So I would definitely steer clear of that unless you're a pretty slow walker. The jogger between 4 to 10. So that's kind of a comfortable walking pace, or a very slow jogging pace. And a runner, it's between 8 to 20 kilometers an hour. And remember, you've got to sustain that for the full 20 minutes, 40 minutes if you have more energy, but I'll get into that a bit later. And the trainer is obviously the best because you can do any pace from 1 to 20 kilometers per hour. But of course, the floor price of trainers are a lot higher. So if we look just below them here, we can see that these all have different earning potentials as well. So essentially, the faster you go, the more you make. With the sneaker. So runner obviously has the highest earning potential, but I don't think it's necessarily that sustainable to commit yourself to running 20 minutes every single day. Whereas a fast or slow walk, 20 minutes a day, is pretty easily. Also, something to consider is at the moment the game is in the beta stage, the GPS isn't 100% accurate. I took a runner out recently for a bit of a spin and I was sprinting. I don't know how fast I was actually going, but my GPS said I was doing 5 kilometers an hour. And then similarly, I have friends who've used the walker who've walked really slowly. They reckon they were doing about 3 kilometers an hour, and it was saying they were doing 8 kilometers an hour. So especially until they get that fixed up, I think the jogger is pretty good because it generally does stick around that 4 to 10 kilometer mark. And I, needless to say, did not make that much money the time that I used my runner, even though the traits were really good and obviously the earning potential was higher. I just wanted to show you this quick recording that I took yesterday during my walk. As you can see, my GPS is full, yet my speed is fluctuating quite substantially. I would say I was walking around 5 to 6 kilometers per hour, but as you can see, it's fluctuating from about 3 kilometers an hour to 7.5 kilometers an hour. So if you get a walker, be mindful that you'll probably have to maintain a speed of about 2 to 3 kilometers an hour to make sure that it doesn't go outside of that realm. And if you have a runner, you may have to maintain the speed of about 12 kilometers an hour. For this reason, I would definitely recommend either a jogger or a trainer because maintaining a speed of about 5 to 6 kilometers an hour for me is a lot more practical. So that's something to look into as well. I'm going to talk about energy a lot in my video, so I just thought I'd quickly go over what that is. So basically, one energy is 1 5-minute period where you can earn GST. And as you own more shoes, your energy increases. So as you can see from this table here, if you have 1 sneaker, you're just going to get 2 energy, which means you're going to only be able to move 10 minutes a day. Paid, of course. You can move as much as you want. Then if you have 2, it will stay in that 10 minutes. But once you hit 3, you'll double that time. So you'll get 20 minutes. So it's really definitely worth getting 3 if it's in your price range because you're just going to find a much faster return on investment. And then once it gets to 9, you have 9 energy, which means you can walk for 45 minutes a day. And then obviously it increases with 15 and then again at 30. So yeah, if it's in your price range, I would definitely try to get 3. Now, you don't necessarily have to get 3 good ones. So what I recommend is getting 1 really good one, and the rest you're going to be using purely so you're getting that extra energy, and you can mint them as well, which again, we'll go over shortly. So now that we've covered that, let's talk about traits and the earning potential with each trait. So I'm going to select the cheapest one at the moment, which is 14.9 sol, basically 15 sol. So the floor price has shot up since the release of my first video about this. Now what you want to do is you want to click on base to see what the kind of base attributes are. So efficiency is basically the more efficient it is, the more GST you're going to make walking. So efficiency is very important, probably the most important in my opinion. So with luck, you basically increase your chances of receiving a mystery box every time you walk. So obviously every time you walk, you may or may not receive a mystery box. If you have more luck, you'll receive more. Some people are using a strategy where they really go for luck. They don't care too much about the other traits and they just win as many mystery boxes as they can. I'm personally not using this strategy right now, purely because it costs from 9 GST to open up a mystery box, and the floor price of mystery box is not quite 9 GST yet. But they are completely random, so you could open up something worth so much more. But I'm personally not really willing to take those chances. But many do, and I'm not criticizing that strategy at all. Comfort is not too important at the moment. Comfort means that once you hit level 32, you'll be able to start earning GMT instead of GST, which is the governing tokens of the game. At the moment, it's not possible to actually reach level 32. So comfort's not that important at the time being, but maybe in the future it will. So if you're looking to resell this, it might be worth it. And resilience is very important. So every time you use your shoe, you will have to pay repair costs. And the higher the resilience, the lower those repair costs are going to be. So I like to go for high efficiency and high resilience, and then I'm just going to get those huge returns every time I walk. I would recommend trying to get both your efficiency and resilience number to equal 12. So for example, 6 of each or 10 of one, 2 of the other. And that's going to be where you start kind of getting a good return on investment. Another thing to consider are these gem slots here. So once you level up, you'll have the opportunity to unlock them, and then you can buy a gem and put it in the gem slots. These gem slots are comfort. That's your first one you can unlock. Comfort is second as well, and then 2 resilience after. So when you put a gemstone on comfort, it increases the base attribute, and the amount it increases will depend on the gemstone. So this one has the potential to increase comfort and resilience. It doesn't have the potential to increase efficiency and luck. So that's something to consider as well. I personally like all my gems to be, or at least the first 2 to be resilience or efficiency. But like I said, this is the cheapest one. It might be worth buying if you want to just increase your energy level, as you're kind of like, I said you can get shoes that aren't that great. Just get the cheapest to increase that energy level. That's a good option for that. So you can also buy a shoebox, which I'll quickly show you. So the shoeboxes are unopened, so it's kind of potluck, so you could get something a lot better. For 19 Sol, I wouldn't personally take the risk. I did pretty well out of shoeboxes, but at the time, the floor price was only about 1 Sol higher, so it's worth the risk. Now that it's 5 Sol higher, I probably wouldn't do that, but if you like to live dangerously, you can. And you can see what shoes it was minted from. So because this is 2 runners, it's very likely going to be a runner. But if you have 2 trainers, it's very likely to be a trainer. But I would imagine the floor price for that would be a lot higher. And let's filter it by jogger. Okay, so the floor price for jogger is about the same as the floor price for walker. So yeah, I would definitely get that. And just let's quickly also have a look at the floor price of a trainer. Okay, yeah, see, a trainer is 5 Sol more. Going for that jogger for sure. So you're probably going to need to scroll down quite a bit till you start to get to the good ones. Let's look around the 17 Sol mark. Base. See, they're still not hitting that 12. Let's try going down a bit more. This one's pretty good. So you can see that efficiency and resilience will be about 7.6 to 6.6. Now, if you want to know how much you'll be earning from your walk, you don't have to buy it and then hope for the best. You can actually go to stepin.guide and you can put in the information of the shoe you're considering to buy. So this one is a level 5. This will show us the earning potential. With these trait values, we'll get 5.1 GST from our 10-minute walk. The repair cost is 2.52, so once we've paid that, we'll make 2.58 GST. Because it's level 5, we can add to these values. If you click on Optimize, it'll show you the best way to divvy your additional points to make the highest possible income. In this case, it's telling you to add all points to efficiency, which is what the current owner appears to have done. So now we can see that as it is, you'll be making 7.2 GST per day after repair deductions. And then if we increase that daily energy to 4, which is what we would get if we had 3 or more shoes, you can see it goes right up to 14.4 GST. So to show you a quick comparison with a floor price shoe, I've got a runner here, and it's got really low efficiency and resilience. And as you can see, we're actually making minus 5.4 GST. And the reason being is we're only making 2.52 GST per day, but our repair costs are 7.56. So once we've deducted those repair costs, we're actually losing money. However, we can optimize it again. So if we were to add to the resilience and the efficiency, we're now making 5.37 GST. And that will go up to 10.73 if we have 3 shoes. And of course, this is a runner. So remember, you are going to be putting a lot more effort into it. So as you can see, this person has really gone for luck, and they've just increased that. So they'll be getting a lot of mystery boxes, but the mystery boxes may or may not be amazing. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying this one unless you're using it just as your shoe to get your energy level up. Now I want to talk more about levels. So basically, different levels unlock different things. And the cost of upgrading to a different level is 1 GST per level. So upgrading to level 1 is going to cost you 1, then upgrading to level 2 is going to cost you a further 2, 3, and so on. And then at level 5, 10, 20, and 28, you're going to pay additional fees on top of that. So it's quite expensive to upgrade to those levels. And these gems you unlock as you go up in 5 level increments. So this one is level 5, this one is level 10, this one is level 15, and this one is level 20. And then obviously after level 20, you stop unlocking them because there's only 4. When you level up, it's also going to take a bit of time. So again, level 1 is 1 hour, level 2, 2 hours, level 3, 3 hours. You can pay a bit more to get it leveled up a bit faster if you want. Or you can just sit and wait. But some people have been getting very into it and been setting alarms at like 2 a.m. to upgrade. And yeah, I haven't been doing that, if I'm completely honest with you. But I should. And now I want to talk about shoe mint and what that means exactly. So as you can see, this shoe is on mint 2. So to give you a quick idea, this is kind of the cost of minting, and the cost is in GST and GMT. So looking at the common box here, this whole video, by the way, I'm doing common, and the reason being is that I really want to help new people get into it. I wouldn't recommend going straight for an uncommon just because the floor price is so high right now. I'd definitely get started with a common. So if we want to mint 2 level 2s, it's going to cost us 180 GST plus 120 GMT. And remember, the price of GST and GMT just went up, which is great because it means the earning potential is higher, but it also means these mint costs are quite high too. So this shoe is on mint 2, which means it's going to cost you 180 GST plus 120 GMT to mint a shoebox, which is about 17 sol. So I guess it is still kind of worth it because the floor price for a shoebox at the moment is 19 sol, but only just, and it will decrease the value of your shoe a little bit as well. So generally you want something, if you are planning on minting, you want to get a 0 or a 1 mint. And all the shoe boxes would be on 0 mint, which is probably another reason why the floor price is quite a bit higher. So that's something to consider as well. While we're on this note, actually real quick, I made a mistake the other day and I minted 2 zeros, which is silly because I could mint a 0 and a 1 and it would have worked out the same price for me. So don't do that. I kind of realized right as I had done it, but yes, something to be mindful of. If you don't plan on minting any more sneakers though, the mint thing is irrelevant, but it will be definitely factored into the price when you put it on the market. I think you can actually filter by 0 mints. So you just go here and you scroll this down. Yeah, so the floor price for a 0 mint is 16.78 sol. So it depends on you and what your goals are. Are you going to try and work up to having 9 energy, or are you pretty happy just having, 1 or 3 shoes? Having 2 shoes, by the way, isn't really worth it. 1 or 3 is the number to go for. That second shoe alone isn't going to do much for you. Unless you want to have maybe 1 walker and 1 runner. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for coming. It's been a pleasure. I hope that this video helps you make the right decision and get the perfect sneaker for you within your price range. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. I'll be dropping lots of useful tips and tutorials on Step In. Have a great day, everybody.